Hi, welcome to part 2 of my new NAS build. Well, I decided to go ahead and do a case mod after all, a bit more than I've already done. I'm going to take this dual USB 3 connector and I'm going to cut holes into the front of the panel of this case here, right below where it says Roseville, right there, okay? So right below that, I'm going to cut the holes needed for this particular cable with the two USBs on it. So I have it available then to my motherboard, and it'll then be available when I'm running TrueNAS if I wanted to load something through the USB. Now, one thing that I did to try to help this, because it's kind of hard cutting holes to exactly fit this connector, right? Well, we have this bracket that was meant to be on the PCIe, right? To connect the card, well, not a card, but this connector up to one of the open ports on the PCIe bracket, the holder that's connected to the case. So I flattened out with a hammer and the anvil the actual tab here that's normally at a 90 degree. I flattened it completely, and now I'm going to take this, and it has one complete flat side, and I'm going to put it up against the case. Let me see if I can do this at the same time. I'm going to put it up against the case, and it will then provide the template that I need in order to properly cut those holes. I may even spray paint it a different color after I tape it on, tape around it so it doesn't get onto the rest of the case, because I'm going to do it from the inside. If I open this thing up, one thing that I was able to determine is that this can actually be taken apart quite a bit. It's not really spot welded together. It's done with little screws. So this whole front part can actually come off. If I take these two handles off on each side, then there's 3 more screws on the bottom that allow the whole front to come off. So that's actually how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure it's separated from the rest of the case, and that'll also prevent any problems with shards of metal getting into anything else in here. I'll just have the front off. I can do the case modification to it, right? Just on the front here. And then I can make sure that I blow it off thoroughly before I connect it up to the rest of the case. And that also means I won't have to remove a lot of this other stuff. I'll still have to remove the front fan. There's a fan over here that I've already put into it. It's right over here. It's a Noctua fan, 120 millimeters. That'll have to be removed from the front. But other than that, everything else should just pop off with it. This front part over here, I already figured out I can actually take off. So this part here comes right off. There's just 2 tabs that held it in place. Plastic tabs, so I don't want to be taking it off and on a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I am very careful about that. But I can leave that off as I take the front panel off, and then the only thing else that I'd have to remove is that Noctua fan. It's over on this side behind this, okay? I'll leave this cover off for now. There's no point in having that. That'll make it simpler for me. So let me go ahead now, and I'll use the overhead camera to show you. I'm going to take the front panel off, and then we'll get it ready to be machined. Well, with drills anyway, and maybe even a Dremel to make the cut nice and rectangular. Although this is not really rectangular itself. There's rounded edges to it. So that may make it a little easier, because the drill bits will actually, follow the contour of those USB 3 connectors. Okay? Anyway, that's what I'm hoping. So let me go ahead now and switch to the upper camera, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we go. Like I said, I have to just put it up on its side here. And there should be 3 screws here that I can take out in order to remove this first one. There we go. That one's out. Let me go to the other side. Get these 3 out. I guess a good thing I'm doing this. These are kind of not tight. These were on the case when I bought it too. So that removes the side handles. Let me see. Is it? Yeah, there's screws in the top too. So I got to take those off. Nope, the top is clear, it looks like. Yeah, there's no screws up here. It's disconnected on both sides. So it's really just the bottom. At least these are tight. And if I'm right, I just have to, there we go. Just pull this off. It's got a bunch of cables on it. The one from the existing switches and LED and USB 2.0, and also the fan itself that I had replaced with this Notchua. So, okay, let me put this down. Get this out of the way. I don't need this right now. And as long as I'm here, let me take this fan off. I would probably take this off too, just so I don't get any metal shards in there as well. But let me do one at a time. Let's take the fan off and get these cables out of the way for sure. Just feed them up through this hole here. That'll do it. Make sure I don't lose any of the screws. Oop, there we go. I want to make sure I had all the screws. Take this fan off. Okay. Nitro fan is off. And then we'll turn this over. And I'll take this little PCB off here. 2 screws. And there we go. I'll put this aside too. A nice safe place. And there's a bracket up here, but I don't think I need to take that off. It's not going to hurt anything. Not getting in the way. Yep. Okay. Okay, I think I'll do it this way. That's about right. And I'll mask it off. Okay, here the paint looks like it's dry now, at least dry enough. Let me go ahead and get this masking tape off. Okay, there it is. A nice red mark where I can cut. I'm going to drill holes to start, and then I'll try to square off these openings here so that we can get the connector in place there. Right? Open this up. There we go. That's how it will go once it's all said and done. Okay? Okay, let me go set up for the drilling now. Okay, now the paint's had a couple of days to dry, so I'm going to start marking it and cutting it. Got my 2x4 here underneath it to absorb some of the concussion. I'm going to put, obviously, where these 2 screw holes are. Going to do it. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to do the corners of these rectangles. I'm going to start with small bits, and I'm going to progressively go higher. A little off, but okay. Okay, so I'll start by drilling these. That one's going to be a little off, but I'm going to file them out anyway to square them out. So let me go into the garage and drill those holes, and then we'll take it from there, okay? Okay, well, using my drill press in my garage, I was able to make these holes, the corners, basically with a small bit. It came out pretty good. I'm now going to use a larger bit to cut out the centers of those. I'll probably do 2 drills on each one of these here. And we'll see how that turns out. And then I'll start filing afterwards with my grinder. And possibly the small grinder tool as well. We'll see. Okay, I'll try to do 2 here. One right about here. And another one not too far away from it, right about there. Not bad. And one over here. And then one over here. Okay, so I'll do 2 larger holes there, and we'll see how that turns out. Okay? Okay, I'm done. Dinged it up a little bit, but not that bad. Only one scratch on the Rosewell emblem. But I don't have the cutters that you really need for something like this. So I had to use Dremel, I had to use drills, I had to use a file at the end to square up the corners. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to put this in. Okay, it looks like that goes on the top. So it goes like this. Let's get this in there straight. There we go. Let's get a screw in there. Okay, the first screw works. How's the second one? Hey, it looks like it catches. Okay. Not bad at all. Get it nice and tight. And let's see if I can put a USB 3.0. Got a couple of these things here. Perfect. There's plenty of meat left. So it's not up too close. Try the other one. Here we go. Looks good. So now I got to reassemble everything. One thing that I did do is for putting this back, I went ahead and did a 3D print of a little cover. So the circuit board would be blocked from anything bumping into it. So I created the holes in the same spot, extended it over. I had to get longer screws, but that's okay. So I got some longer M3 screws. Rather, it had these little stainless steel ones here, but they're too little, they're too short. They are M3, so I went and got myself out of my various collections a couple of these M3. There it is, hiding there. I got two of these M3s. That should work. Put that over here. I have to line that up. Get one of these screws in here. This is what I wanted to use a 3D printer for all along, was to help me with my videos, right? That one went in good. Let's see, is this one? I thought I was gonna need washers, but I guess not. Doesn't have to be super tight. Yeah, seems good. Okay, so now if I look from the front here, this is what I got. Okay, now I'm gonna probably disable the on, off, and reset switches. I'll leave the USB 2.0, the lights, of course. This one looks like this might need to be adjusted here. That's better. Tighten that up again. There we go. Now it's lined up properly to USB 3.0 connectors. I did put a little bit of black enamel paint around the edges where it chipped a little bit, but that's okay. It looks fine. Okay, now I got to put the case back together. First of all, I got to put this fan back. Right. So this fan is going to have to go back. And I want it blowing in. So for blowing in, I believe it's like that, but let me double check. Where are the arrows? Yeah, that's it. Here are the arrows, and it shows the in. Always coming out the gated end of the fan, as I call it, the part that has the supports for the spindle. So I'll put this in this way. These are the screws that came with the fan. I just reused them. I'm gonna have to get a bigger screwdriver. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'll get a bigger one. Okay. Oops, went right through the fan. Get that started. Yeah, let's see. There we go. They're all tight. So the fan is in. Let me get this hardware out of the way so I don't lose it. I've got to get the case back up here. And then this front should go on this way. Let me put the cables down inside of there. Yep. I think that little cover I made looks pretty good. It has even air vents on it. Well, there's nothing that's going to generate heat in there that I can see, but why not? Okay, that does it. I'll put the 4 screws on the bottom here first. These go here. I mean, they're really little. Look at that. The side ones are much more hefty. looks good. Now, let me take a look inside this case and make sure that nothing's in the way before I continue. Do I see everything that I want to see? Yeah, that stuff is all the way to the right. There's nothing in the way. The motherboard ends way before that. Okay, good. Now let's get these side ones on. It should be like that. With the more hefty screws. Looks like all I'll have left is those two little stainless steel ones. After I get these on. Now, these weren't tight before, so I'm going to make sure I tighten them real good. And I think that does it. So I've made my case modifications the way I want. It looks good. I won't be able to test this until we get the motherboard in there, I guess. But that's pretty good for now. I gotta put, what I gotta put in here? Over here is just gonna be this little panel here. And like I said, it has little plastic snaps that go into place. So I gotta push it on straight down. Make sure none of these wires get kinked. We'll do that. And then this should go like this. Clicks, we're in. And these things are not easy to open. I have to always use like a little screwdriver to pop this open for the filter. There we go. So when I want to clean the filter, I have to pop this little door down. Filter removes with this little clamp here. Got the fan in there. And it just snaps right back in. And this one here has a filter that goes on here, like that. And then this sort of angles in at the bottom. And then there's a screw lock at the top. A little spring loaded. And there we go, we're done. Until I start putting all the rest of the stuff in. I showed this before. This is the extra piece that was from this converter that converted the 5 1/4 inch bay into 3 3.5. So I got room for 3, 6, 9, 3.5 inch hard drives, and 4 of these. I may add another caddy in here, I'm not sure. But I think that does it for now. And stay tuned for part 3, where we start putting stuff in here. Actually, no, I take that back. Part 3, I'm going to do the whole setup on my test bench, including all the hard drive. And until I get that working and configured, I'm going to hold off putting it into this rack mountable case. Part 3 will be everything working together or put together inside the thing, and then part 4 we'll be putting into the case, I hope. We'll see how it goes. Until next time, thanks for watching. Take care.